Hi, I'm John and welcome to my channel. In today's spray paint art video I'm going to be trying out 3 different types of spray paint. They are all made by the same company, which is Montana Cans, and is made in Germany. So the 3 types of spray paint I'm going to be using are Montana White, which is synthetic gloss spray paint, Montana Gold, which is an NC acrylic semi-gloss spray paint, and Montana Black, which is an NC formula matte spray paint. I'm going to be using skinny caps on each of the cans for this video, but if you want to know what the stock caps spray like on each of the cans, you can find them videos here in the cards and also in the description box below. So for this Montana White versus Montana Gold versus Montana Black video, I'm going to be spray painting on the same material, which is glossy paper, which is 300 GSM. I'm going to be using some lid stencils, which are just lids off food tubs. I'm going to be using this material to make the texture in the painting. This is just like a plastic sheet. I'm going to be using some weights to hold the lid stencils down. So I'm just going to be doing a planet on each of these with some colours in the background, just to show you the difference between each of the spray paints. So first thing we'll do is we'll just get a colour and we'll just spray around each of these lid stencils to give you an outline of where your planets are going to go. We'll just remove these for now. So start with the Montana White. This is a bit of a thinner paint than the others. So just spray it on. So you can see it comes a bit thinner, the black does. So we'll get a plastic sheet, bag or whatever material you're using, magazine paper, anything like that will work. And all we'll do is put it on to make your texture, give it a light rub. And then we'll peel it off to produce a texture. Liking the texture on that one. So now we'll just add some highlights and shadows to it. So with the white we'll just press it lightly and do a highlight on the top. And then some shadow on the shadowed side with the black. So while that's drying for a bit, we'll move on to this one, the Montana Gold, which is a semi-gloss finish. So the cans are a bit cold this morning. As you can see, it's spitting. But that's alright, spitting a bit because we're pulling most of this paint off. And a bit of black. And some white. So I'm just going to do roughly the same texture on each of these as well, just to show you. So it's just a case of placing your material on the paint and giving a light rub, and then we'll peel it back off. Now the highlights and shadows, the same as that one. Press the white lightly to give you like a mist. And then some black down the bottom. So that one's done now, the Montana Gold. So we'll move on to the Montana Black. Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning, the Montana White is a high pressure spray paint. The Montana White is a low pressure spray paint. And the Montana Black is a high pressure spray paint. So that means that the high pressure spray paint pushes the paint out faster. So it lets more paint out onto the sheet or whatever you're painting on. And the low pressure paint pushes the paint out slower and less. But because I'm using skinny caps on each of these cans, they'll limit the flow on the high pressure cans, so it lets less paint out. Whereas if you had the stock caps on, it'd let a lot more paint out. But like I said, you can see how each of these cans spray with the stock caps in the videos that I've already put on my channel, which you can find in the description box below. So we'll move on to this Montana Black now. Black and some white. The same texture, just rub the bag on it lightly and we'll peel it off. And some white for the highlighted area, and some black. So that's all the base colours down now. So what we're going to have to do is leave each completely dry before placing the lid stencils on, because if you don't, you'll have rings around your planets when you take the lids off later on. So what I'll do is I'll leave these to dry and then I'll come back once they're dry. So I've let these dry for about 20 minutes now, and these are all dry now, so we're ready to place the lid stencils on. So we'll get the lid stencils again. Just make sure you cover a bit of the shadowed area and the highlighted area up. One there. One there. And one there. I'll just bring that one about there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a few weights on these lid stencils. This is why I say you want the paint to be completely dry before placing your lid stencils on, because the weights will push the lids even further into the paint, and if it's wet it'll definitely leave a ring around your planet. And also putting weights on these lid stencils stops any underspray going underneath your lid stencils. So now we've got the lid stencils on, we'll do the background. So first of all I'm just going to spray them all black. In fact I might add a bit of colour to the background, like a bit of a galaxy I think so. Put a bit of blue. Some of light blue, bit of green in places, get the black, cover some of it in black, As you can see there, some of the paint's separating. That's because there's a bit too much paint on it. And also the Montana White is a bit thinner spray paint than the other two, the Montana Gold and the Montana Black. So just crunch the material up you're using. Like I said, I'm going to use this plastic sheet. All I'll do is just place it on, make a bit of texture in the background. So it looks like a galaxy or something in the background. So just press it on like that. See, there's a bit too much paint down there, so it looks a bit messed up. Will be alright. And we'll get the black and fill the rest in. Just spray a bit of light around your lid stencil so you don't get any leaking on them. I'll add a bit of colour, a bit of mist in the background. Bit of light blue in places. And a bit of green. I'll do for that one. Now we'll move on to a Montana Gold. There's not much in these cans, these Montana Gold cans. I'm just using some of the cans up there. I haven't got much paint in. That's why they're not spraying as well. Plus also it's a bit cold today. It's about 3 degrees or something outside, so paint doesn't work its best in cold weather. So just do a bit on here as well. Now we'll get the black. Spray lightly around your lid stencil. So as you can see, the Montana Gold's a thicker paint than the Montana White. There weren't any separation of the paint or anything. So this can's virtually empty, this one is. That's why not much coming out. Fact, it is empty. So go to the other colour. So a bit of get a bit of black. This one's almost empty as well. I think I'll use white round this one. And if you do go too far over and all that, you can always touch it up with a bit of black in places. That's the beauty with spray paint. You can always go back over stuff. So I'll leave that one like that. Now we'll go on to a Montana black. I'll do the same on this one. Just keeping pretty much the same, the backgrounds, and I'm just using different colours just to show you what they're like. So I like how that is. So we'll fill the rest in black, light around your lid stencils. Add a bit of colour to it. As you can see, these cans are a bit fuller, so they spray a lot better than empty cans. I've got a few empty cans lying about, so I thought I'd just use them while doing this video. So I'll add a bit of pink and a bit of light pink. So you can always go back with black, split it up a bit there, so you get a bit of colour, bit of black in that. And for this one, I'm just going to use this lighter pink. So that's all the colours for the background. So what we'll do is put stars in them now. So I'll be using white for this one. So first a Montana white. So we'll just flick them on. So when you're doing these stars, when you spray some on your fingers, just flick some away from the paint before you flick your stars on. That way you won't get these big white blobs like they are here. So I'll just wipe this paint off my finger here, so I don't mix them all up. So now the Montana Gold, same. Spray some onto your finger, flick it away, and then flick the rest onto your sheet. And the Montana Black, white on your finger, flick away a bit, and then flick the rest onto your sheet. So that's all the background done on each of these. So we'll take the weights off first. And then we'll lift the lid stencils off each of these. So just take your time when you're lifting them off. So that's the first one, the Montana White. I'm liking how that's looking, really like how that's turned out. The Montana Gold. I really like that. I like the texture on everything. I like the colours. And then the Montana Black. Like I said, just take your time when you're lifting them up. And also like the colours on that one. Got a bit of leak in here under the top. That's because I've sprayed a bit too much here. And it's leaked under the lid stencil a bit. But that doesn't matter. So that's the lid stencils off each of the paintings, and I'm really happy with the way these have turned out. And as you can see, each different type of spray paint works really well for making spray paint art. So I'll just give you a closer look of each one. So this was a Montana White. As you can see, it's got a glossy finish. So this won't need any clear coat on or anything. It's got a nice glossy finish to it. And you've got the Montana Gold here, which is a semi-gloss finish. So if you wanted a gloss finish on this, all you do is spray some gloss clear coat on it. And the last one is a Montana Black, which is a matte finish. And also if you wanted a gloss finish on this, you just spray a gloss clear coat over the top of it. As you can see, I'll just give you a closer look of it there. As you can see there, I put a bit too much paint around the outside, so when I took the lid stencil off, it smudged it a bit and I've had a bit of leaking underneath it. To avoid this, just put a few more weights on it to push the lid stencil down even further. The lid stencil could have been a bit bent, so it was a bit away from the paper, but I'm still happy with the way it's turned out. So I'll just sign each of these now. Just going to use a pen for this. So which one do you think turned out the best or worked the best? Let me know in the comments below. I think they all worked really well for making spray paint art. And like I said at the beginning of the video, there's a separate video on my channel for each of these types of spray paint. So if you want more information on them or want to see how they spray with the stock caps on, then I've put the links to them videos in the description box below. So I hope you found the information in this video helpful and enjoyed watching. If so, don't forget to give the video a like and a share. And also, if you're a new visitor to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you know when I upload new videos. And once again, thank you for stopping by and watching. I hope to see you all in the next spray paint art video. Have a great day, take care, and bye for now.